Imagine a social network built for you, not for profit. Imagen Network puts control back in your hands, combining AI-driven personalization with blockchain-backed ownership. Your data, your content, your rules. Create stunning content, build genuine connections, and monetize your work, all in a decentralized, transparent platform where privacy is prioritized. Ready to experience social networking reimagined? Join Imagen.network today and take control of your digital world. Imagen Network, empowering connections, redefining ownership.
Man. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Not at all.
But hey, man, they doing it, so
yeah, man,
definitely. I want to your boy's in big trouble, man. I'm gonna play this video real quick, man. This is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah. I like that. All right, DP, thank you, brother.
Yeah, you was
all right, coming up next, I want to play some Drew Hill. I got you his eyes. You're all on the way. My name is Jimmy Rodriguez. I'm in for Shelby Russian today.
Hot 105.
Look at that.
Russian today.
Hot 105.
This caused a lot of people to be concerned about Kodak, his health, his well-being. I mean, a picture's a picture, a video's a video. He could be high as hell. My eyes have been that red in 15 years, though.
Shit, I don't know if my
that's like smoking
fucking red.
I remember smoking some sour or something back in the day when
that
you first started. but I don't know what what you think though.
You know what he looks like, bro? He looks like, remember when young M.A. was going through her shit and her eyes were yellow, like jaundice almost.
Oh man,
it looks like that. Like we don't. It's kind of tough talking about him now because he obviously will not acknowledge the level and severity of his issue. There's issues there, and he for some reason will not come to grips with it. He will not acknowledge it, and he damn sure won't try to seek help for it. Anytime somebody says anything. Anytime somebody tries to say anything, he kind of fights and goes against it. Anytime somebody tries to express concern about drug use, he says he's not on drugs. A blind man can see that he's on something. And God forbid, if you're not on drugs, let's say, all right, for the sake of this conversation, he's not on anything. He's clean. Then you're sick, bro. You're sick because I know it's hot as hell outside, but something that looks like internally is in you trying to get the fuck out. Looks like you have germs trying to get out of you. What's going on, man? It used to be a running joke and it's nothing funny, but it was like, who's gonna go next? Who are we gonna talk about next in the headline? Which hip-hop artist is going to die next from violence or drug use? And I don't want that to be Kodak. And I've said that every time we talk about Kodak, I say the same thing. I don't want to see it happen, but if he wants to see it happen, ain't shit nobody else can do about it. And if he does not get help or he does not put a stop to whatever's going on with him, it will. And then we'll be sitting back wondering what happened or who could have helped him or what could we have done to change this young life with such potential and such talent. And now we'll be saying, what if? And fuck what if. Let's do that now. Get that brother in a rehab. Make him get in there. Let him have a real tough month of shaking off whatever the fuck he got to shake off. And let's get that brother back to living. I don't know who's in his circle. I don't know who's telling him what or what not to do. It seems like he has a bunch of enablers around him. Maybe that's all he allows around him. But man, every time I see him, and I said it then, I hear less and less music and more of this, and it's getting scary, bro.
Yeah, like why even go on live looking like that, bro? He looked like he had a night of drinking, drugging, sniffing.
Yep.
Not slept in days. That's what he looked like.
Yep.
And for someone, what they should have, you know how they got this thing where like, if somebody's like they have a mental issue, you can admit them. I forget what it's called. It's like a number or something they say. 5, I don't know. But it's something like if somebody, you can admit them, like, around we as Ancora.
Yeah.
They, and they'll take them in and give them a psych evaluation. They just had that for people that's on drugs, man.
Mm-hmm. Like
somebody could say, look, they're down bad. The police come, and say, look, man, we got to admit you into so-and-so for whatever. And I think that'll be good for him to go through a detox and to really step outside of what's going on and get away from whatever he's doing and kind of just see like what you got on the table, bro. Like you got a lot to lose right now, and when you're in a situation, your mind could be clouded. You know, you got friends around you. It's women. It's the party life, and you're doing shows. You're performing, and you got to keep this shit going. You know, the weed and all the drugs and the alcohol, everything's there. But if you can step outside that for a while and see, damn, like I'm tripping, then you might look back and say, all right, man, look, I got to do this moving forward. So I think that's what he needs, man. You know, the people around him, who knows who's around him? I'm sure people that's around him that cares. I'm not gonna say that. He probably got managers. He got probably people that's pleading with him. Maybe his mom, like, we don't see it. She probably like, come on, Kodak, like, yo, yeah. But he's in that vicious cycle right now, man. So, like you say, hopefully he could come out of it before it's too late. Because a lot of times it'd be too late for people.
You think about this. How many times, and we don't know, we have no idea, but we've seen the people that have died from drug use in the past, the last few years, covering and doing what we do. How many times do you think that brother's played Russian roulette with his life when it comes to them drugs? How much has he probably taken? How much fentanyl has he come across? How much whatever has he come across? We've seen what happened with Juice WRLD on the plane. He took too much, he died. We've seen what happened with the brother from The Wire. His name's escaping me right now. He took a little cocaine, something he always did have fentanyl in it, took him out. How many times has Kodak Black probably played Russian roulette? How many times has God told him to chill the fuck out? Bro, I'm giving you a second chance. And he went and did it again. I'm horrified to think of how many times. But that one time, it only take that one time, and that shit could happen at any moment. And it's just like, bro, like the time is right now. Not tomorrow, not yet, right fucking now. Somebody need to be in that kid's ear, man, because I'd rather be talking about his music. Damn, we hear what he said, his lyric. What he say? We ain't talked about a Kodak song in 2 years. So pray for him, man. Pray for that brother.
Yeah, this will lead me to my next topic. It's a perfect way to kind of get into it. There's an article out there that fentanyl deaths are down 40% for people under 35 years old right now. And some people say it could be directly attributed to the the deportation. A lot of people suspect that a lot of it comes over the border from Mexico, through trucks, through people, through, the importation of just people coming over, the influx of people coming over from Mexico. But people don't want to give Trump his credit for that. It's an ongoing war going on right now in the Middle East. Immigrants or family immigrants right now are waving the flag. They're pissed off right now. So what's your thoughts on that whole that whole thing?
Yeah, it could be true. I mean, fentanyl, when you look at how it's delivered through here, it's in imports, it's through, through ship, and then obviously coming through borders. And what is the closest border outside of Canada? It's Mexico. And they have plenty of ways to get in and plenty of ways to get out. So 100%, I attribute it to that. Also attribute it to motherfuckers probably getting immune to that shit.
Yeah, too.
Motherfuckers is probably their bodies are starting to get adjusted to it. And they're like, okay, cool. So hopefully we don't see something stronger come out now, because people are selling it and they can't. I wonder how much is still. I'm curious to see how much is still getting into the U.S. and how much people are still taking it. I'm sure we probably don't never fucking know, but like how much is still getting into the U.S. Like if they've done studies on, okay, it's down because we have less being pushed into America. That would be dope to know. But I don't care why it's done. I'm glad it is being done.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump keeping the borders, keeping people out of the borders and doing whatever he's doing because it's being brought in, cool. If people being immune to it, cool. Just stop dying from it. So I don't know, man. We living in a crazy world right now where we're right on the heels of war. You know what I'm saying? We got all this deportation stuff going on. You got one side of the equation saying Donald Trump's the devil. You got the other side of the equation saying he's God himself. So, man, I just kind of just stay focused and pay attention to what I need to pay attention to and keep moving. But I'm glad people ain't down for fentanyl no more, man. And hopefully it's because it's no longer coming over the borders and not because people are getting immune to it.
What do you think about this